Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another reading of the Bible. This this is the last day of the month of June, and I'm going to read Nehemiah for you guys. It's 13 chapters. I've already read Esther, and then I have to read Job starting Sunday, where I left off in Job. Have I started Job already? I might have. Let's see. Let me check my phone here. Let me check my phone here for Job. I did back in May. Oh, okay. But I've only read one chapter, so that's okay. Okay, so Nehemiah chapter 1. That's what it reads. The words of Nehemiah, the son of Hakaliah, and it came to pass in the month of Kislev, in the 20th year, as I was in Susa, the palace or citadel, that Hanani, one of my brethren, came, he and certain men of Judah. And I asked them concerning the Jews who had escaped, who were left of the captivity concerning Jerusalem. They said unto me, the remnant that are left of the captivity there in the province are in great affliction and reproach. The wall of Jerusalem also is broken down, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. It came to pass, when I heard these words, that I sat down and wept and mourned certain days, and fasted and prayed. Mourned certain days, fasted and prayed before the God of heaven, saying, I beseech thee, O Lord God of heaven, the great and terrible God, or awesome God, who keepeth covenant and mercy for them who love him and observe his commandments, or obey his commandments. Let thine ear now be attentive, and thine eyes open, that thou mayest hear the prayer of thy servant, which I pray before thee now day and night for the children of Israel, thy servants, and confess the sins of the children of Israel, which we have sinned against thee. Both I and my father's house have sinned. We have dealt very corruptly against thee, and have not kept the commandments, nor the statutes, nor the judgments, which thou commandest thy servant Moses. Remember, I beseech thee, the word that thou commandest thy servant Moses, saying, if ye transgress, I will scatter thou abroad among the nations. But if ye turn unto me and keep my commandments and do them, though there were of you cast out unto the uttermost part of the heaven, yet will I gather them from thence, and will bring them unto the place that I have chosen to set my name there. Now these are thy servants and thy people whom thou hast redeemed by thy great love and by thy strong hand. O Lord, I beseech thee, let now thine ear be attentive to the prayer of thy servant and to the prayer of thy servants who desire to fear thy name and prosper, I pray thee. Prosper thy servant this day, and grant him mercy in the sight of this man, for I who was a king's cupbearer. Chapter 2. It came to pass in the month of Nisan, in the 20th year of Artaxerxes the king, that wine was before him, and I took up the wine and gave it unto the king. Now I had not been before times sad in his presence. Wherefore the king said unto me, why is thy countenance sad, seeing thou art not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very sore afraid, saying unto the king, let the king live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad when the city, the place of my father's sepulchres, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire? Then the king said unto me, for what dost thou make request? So I prayed to the God of heaven. I said unto the king, if it please the king, and if thy servant hath found favor in thy sight, that thou wouldest send me unto Judah, unto the city of my father's sepulchres, that I may build it. The king said unto me, the queen also sitting by him, how long shall thy journey be? And when wilt thou return? So it pleased the king to send me, and I sent him a time. Moreover, I said unto the king, if it please the king, let letters be given to me to the governors beyond the river, that they may convey me over till I come into Judah. A letter unto Asaph, the keeper of the king's forest, that he may give me timber to make beams for the gates of the palace, which appertain to the house, and for the wall of the city, and for the house that I shall enter into. And the king granted me according to the good hand of my God upon me. Then I came to the governors beyond the river, and gave them the king's letters. Now the king had sent captains of the army and horsemen with me. When Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the servant, the Ammonite, heard of it, it grieved them exceedingly that there was come a man to seek the welfare of the children of Israel. So I came to Jerusalem and was there 3 days. I arose in the night, I and some few men with me. Neither told I any man what my God hath put in my heart to do at Jerusalem. Neither was there any beast with me save the beast that I rode upon. I went out by night by the gate of the valley, even before the dragon well, and to the dung port, and viewed the walls of Jerusalem, which were broken down, and the gates thereof were consumed with fire. Then I went on to the gate of the fountain, and said to the king's pool, and to the king's pool, but there was no place for the beast that was under me to pass. Then went I up in the night by the brook, and viewed the wall, and turned back, and entered by the gate of the valley, and so returned. The rulers knew not whither I went, or what I did. Neither had I as yet told it to the Jews, nor to the priests, nor to the nobles, nor to the rulers, nor to the rest that did the work. Then said I unto them, Ye see the distress that we are in, how Jerusalem lieth waste, and the gates thereof are burned with fire. Come, and let us build up the wall of Jerusalem, that we be no more a reproach. Then I told them of the hand of my God, who was good upon the hand of my God, which was good upon me, as also the king's words that he had spoken unto. And they said, Let us rise up and build. So they strengthened their hands for this good work. But when Sanballat the Horonite and Tobiah the servant, Ammonite, and Geshem the Arabian heard it, they laughed us to scorn and despised us, and said, What is this thing that thou doest? Will ye rebel against the king? Then answered I them and unto them, saying unto them, The God of heaven, he will prosper us. Therefore we, his servants, will rise and build, but ye have no portion, no right, nor memorial in Jerusalem. Chapter 3. Then Eliashib, the high priest, rose up with his brethren the priests, and they builded the sheep gate. They sanctified and set up the doors of it, even unto the tower of Mia. They sanctified it unto the tower of Hananael. Next unto him builded the men of Jericho. Next to them builded Zakur, the son of Imri. But the fish gate did the sons of Hassenaah build, who also laid the beams thereof, and set up the doors thereof, and the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. Next unto them repaired Meremoth, the son of Uriah, the son of Koz. Next unto them repaired Meshullam, the son of Berechiah, the son of Meshezabeel. Next unto them repaired Zadok, the son of Baan. Next unto them the Tekoites repaired, and but their nobles put not their necks to the work of their Lord. Therefore the old gate repaired Jehoiada, the son of Paseah, and Meshullam, the son of Besodeiah. They laid the beams thereof, and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. Next unto them repaired Malatiah Gibeonite, and Jadon the Maranathite, the men of Gibeon and Mizpah, unto the throne of the governor on this side of the river. Next unto them repaired Uzziah, the son of Harhiah of the goldsmiths. Next unto him also repaired Hananiah, the son of one of the apothecaries, and they fortified Jerusalem unto the broad wall. Next unto them repaired Raphael, the son of Hur, the ruler of the half part of Jerusalem. Next unto them repaired Jedaiah, the son of Arumaph, even over against his house. And next unto them repaired Hattush, the son of Hashabniah. Micaiah, the son of Harim, and Hashub, the son of Pahath Moab, repaired the other piece and the tower of the furnaces. Next unto him repaired Shallum, the son of Halohesh, the ruler of the half part of Jerusalem, he and his daughters. The valley gate repaired Hanun, and the inhabitants of Zanoah. They built it and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, the locks thereof, the bars thereof, and 1,000 cubits on the wall unto the dung gate. But the dung gate repaired Micaiah, the son of Rachav, the ruler of the part of Beth Hakaram. He built it and set up the doors thereof. Doors thereof, the locks thereof, and the bars thereof. But the gate of the fountain repaired Shallum, the son of Kohose, the ruler of part of the Mizpah. He built it and covered it and set up the doors thereof, the locks thereof, the bars thereof. And the wall of the pool of Siloah. Is the Siloah, is it the same as Siloam? Let's see. Verse 15. Verse Shelah. Pool of Shelah by the king's garden unto the stairs that go down from the city of David. That's Bethlehem. After him repaired Nehemiah, the son of Azbuk, the ruler of the half tribe of Beth Zur, unto the place over against the sepulchres of David, and to the pool that was made, and unto the house of the mighty. After him repaired the Levites, Rahum, the son of Bani, the next unto him repaired Hashabai, the ruler of the half part of Keilah in his part. After him repaired their brethren, Baveh, the son of Hanadad, the ruler of the half part of Keilah. Next to him repaired Azar, the son of Yeshua, the ruler of Mizpah, another piece over against the going up to the armory at the turning of the wall. After him Baruch, the son of Zabbai, earnestly repaired the other piece, from the turning of the wall under the door of the house of Eliashib the high priest. After him repaired Meremoth, the son of Uriah, the son of Koz, another piece from the door of the house of Eliashib, even unto the end of the house of Eliashib. After him repaired the priests, the men of the plain. After him repaired Benjamin and Hashub over against their house. After him repaired Azariah, the son of Maaseiah, the son of Ananiah, by his house. After him repaired Benui, the son of Henadad, another piece, from the house of Azariah into the turning of the wall, unto the turning of the wall, even unto the corner. Palal, the son of Uzai, over against the turning of the wall, into the tower which lieth out of the king's high house, that was by the court of the prison. After him Pedaiah, the son of Parosh. Moreover, the Nethinims dwelt in Ophel, unto the place over against the water gate toward the east, and the tower that lieth out. After them the Tekoites repaired another piece over against the great tower that lieth out, even unto the wall of Ophel. From above the horse gate repaired the priests, every one over against his house. After them repaired Zadok, the son of Emer, over against his house. After him repaired also Shemaiah, the son of Shechaniah, the keeper of the east gate. After him repaired Hananiah the son of Shelemiah, and Hanun the sixth son of Zalaph, another piece. After him repaired Meshullam the son of Berechiah over against his chamber. After him repaired Micaiah the goldsmith's son unto the place of the Nethinims and of the merchants, over against the gate Mifkad, and to the going up of the corner. Between the going up of the corner unto the sheep gate repaired the goldsmiths and the merchants. Chapter 4. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth, and took great indignation and mocked the Jews. He spake before his brethren in the army of Samaria, and saying, What do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in the day? Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of the rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, Even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them up for prey in the land of captivity. Cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee, for they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites, the Ashdodites, heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, conspiring all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem, and to hinder the work. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. Judah said, The strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. Our adversary said, They shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst among them and slay them and cause the work to cease. Excuse me. It came to pass that when the Jews who dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, From all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be unto you. Therefore set I in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set the people after their families with their swords, their spears, and their bows. I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles, to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, Be ye not afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons, your daughters, your wives, and your houses. It came to pass when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God hath brought the counsel to nothing, that we returned not or nothing, and that we returned all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. It came to pass from that time forth that the half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held by the spears, held both the spears, the shields, the bows, the habergeons, and the rulers were behind all the walls of Judah, all behind all the house of Judah. They who builded on the wall, and they who builded on the wall, and they who bear burdens, were those who laid, every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. For the builders, every one of them, every one who had his sword girded by his side, and so built. He who sounded the trumpet was by me. I said unto the nobles, to the rulers, to the rest of the people, The work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another. In what place, therefore, ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort ye thither unto us. Our God shall fight for us. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Likewise, at the same time said I unto the people, Let every one of his servants lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night may be a guard to us, and labor on the day. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard who followed me, none of us put off our clothes, saving that everyone put them off for washing. Chapter 5. There was a great cry of the people and of their wives against the brethren, the Jews. For there were who's there for there were who said, we, our sons and our daughters are many. Therefore we take up corn from them, for we eat and live. Some also there were that who said, we have mortgaged our lands, vineyards, and houses, that we might buy corn because of the dearth. There are also those who said, we have borrowed money for the king's tribute, and that upon our lands and vineyards. Yet now our flesh is as the flesh of our brethren, our children as their children. And lo, we bring into bondage our sons and our daughters to be servants. Excuse me, and some of our daughters are brought into bondage already. Neither is it in our power to redeem them, for other men have our lands and vineyards. I was very angry when I heard their cry and these words. And I consulted with myself, and I rebuked the nobles, the rulers, saying unto them, ye exact usury, every one of his brother. And I set a great assembly against them. I said unto them, we after our ability have redeemed our brethren the Jews, who were sold unto the heathen. And will ye even sell your brethren? Or shall they be sold unto us? Then held they their peace, and found nothing to answer. Also I said, it is not good that ye do. Ought ye not to walk in the fear of our God, because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies? I likewise and my brethren and my servants might exact of them money and corn. I pray you, let us leave off this usury. Restore, I pray you, to them, even this day, their lands, their vineyards, their olive yards, and their houses, also the hundredth part of the money, and of the corn, the wine, the oil, that ye exact of them. Then said they, we will restore them, and will require nothing of them. So will we do, as thou sayest, or saith. Then I called the priests, and took an oath of them that they should do according to this promise. Also I shook my lap, and said, so God shake out every man from his house, and from his labor who performeth not this promise. Even thus be he shaken out and emptied. And all the congregation said, Amen, and praise the Lord. And the people did according to this promise. Moreover, from the time that I was appointed to be the governor in the land of Judah, from the 20th year even unto the 32nd year of Artaxerxes the king, that is 12 years, I and my brethren have not eaten the bread of the governor. But the former governors who had been before me were chargeable unto the people, and had taken of them bread and wine, beside 40 shekels of silver. Yea, even their servants bear rule over the people. But so did not I, because of the fear of God. Yea, also I continued in the work of this wall, neither brought we any land, and all my servants were gathered thither unto the work. Moreover, there were at my table 150 of the Jews and rulers, beside those who came unto us from among the heathen who are about us. Now that which was prepared for me daily was 1 ox and 6 choice sheep. Also fowls were prepared for me, and once in 10 days store of all sorts of wine. Yet for all this required not I the bread of the governor, because the bondage was heavy upon this people. Think upon me, my God, for good, according to all that I have done for this people. Chapter 6. Now it came to pass when Sanballat and Tobiah and Geshem the Arabian and the rest of our enemies heard that I had builded the wall, and there was no breach left therein, though at the time I had not set up the doors upon the gates. Then Sanballat and Geshem sent unto me, saying, come, let us meet together in some in one of the villages in the plain of Ono, and they thought to do me mischief. I sent messengers unto them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease while as I leave it, and come down to you? Yet they sent unto me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them after the same manner. Then sent Sanballat his servant unto me in like manner the 5th time, with an open letter in his hand, wherein was written, It is reported among the heathen, and Gashmu saith that thou and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayest be their king, according to these words. Thou hast also appointed prophets to preach of thee at Jerusalem, saying, There is a king in Judah, and now shall it be reported to the king according to these words. Come now, therefore, and let us take counsel together. Then I sent unto him, saying, There is no such thing done as thou sayest, or saith, but thou feignest them out of thine own heart. For they all made us afraid, saying, Their hands shall be weakened from the work, that it be not done. Now therefore, O God, strengthen my hands. Afterward I came unto the house of Shemaiah, the son of Delaiah, the son of Mahatabeel, who was shut up. And he said, Let us meet together in the house of God, within the temple, and let us shut the doors of the temple, for they will come to slay thee. Yea, in the night will they come to slay thee. I said, Should such a man as I flee? And who is there that, being as free as I am, will go into the temple to save his life? I will not go in. Lo, I perceived that God had not sent him, but that he pronounced this prophecy against me. For Tobiah and Sanballat had hired. Therefore was he hired, that I should be afraid and do so, and sin, that they might have matter for an evil report, that they might reproach me. My God, think thou upon Tobiah and Sanballat according to these their works, and on the prophetess Noadiah, and the rest of the prophets that would have put me in fear. So the wall was finished on the 25th day of the month Elul, in 52 days. It came to pass, and when all of our enemies heard thereof, and all the heathen that were about us saw these things, they were much cast down in their own eyes, for they perceived that this work was wrought of our God. Moreover, in those days the nobles of Judah sent many letters unto Tobiah, and the letters of Tobiah came unto them. For there were many in Judah sworn unto him, because he was the son-in-law of Shechaniah, the son of Erah, and his son Johanan had taken the daughter of Meshullam, the son of Berechiah. Also they reported his good deeds before me, and uttered my words to him. And Tobiah sent letters to put me in fear. We'll do the next part in the next video.